Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Welcome to another breakdown of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Today, we'll explore Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. In life, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that verbal persuasion, arguing, or even simply presenting the best logical case will sway others to your side. But often, people don't want to be told what to think, they want to see it in action. Arguments can stir resentment, inflate egos, and lead to wasted energy. On the other hand, actions demonstrate competence and confidence without the need for words. In power dynamics, it's always more effective to let your deeds speak for you. The reason why arguments often fail to achieve the desired results is that people's egos are involved. When you engage in a heated debate, no matter how sound your reasoning, the other party is likely to feel attacked or belittled. This stirs up emotional resistance, making them less likely to agree with your perspective. However, when you let your actions do the talking, there is no room for misinterpretation. People cannot argue with tangible results. Results hold more weight and can influence others far more effectively than words ever could. Moreover, when you demonstrate value through your actions, you establish credibility and authority without the risk of alienating others. In the world of power, reputation is built on what you accomplish, not what you argue about. Those who master this law understand that in silence, there is strength while arguments create noise. Actions generate lasting influence. In a world that's often fueled by noise, winning through action sends a more powerful, lasting message than winning a fleeting argument. This law teaches that visible achievement, decisive action, and strategy will outlast any temporary victory gained through rhetoric. Let's break down this concept and see how history's great figures applied it. To understand this more clearly, let's consider the root of the problem with arguments. At their core, arguments are about imposing your will or ideas on someone else. This often leads to resistance, especially when pride and ego are at stake. Think about any heated discussion you've had. No matter how rational your case was, did the other person immediately concede? Likely not. Arguments can lead to more stubbornness, whereas actions demonstrate undeniable proof. When you act decisively, results speak for themselves, and you avoid unnecessary confrontation. Let's look at some real-life examples that demonstrate how successful people and leaders used action to gain influence. 1. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte, one of history's greatest military strategists, rarely engaged in verbal debates with his subordinates or allies. He believed in proving his strategies on the battlefield. His bold tactics, like crossing the Alps to surprise the Austrians, proved more convincing than any amount of rhetoric. By letting his actions win the day, Napoleon solidified his reputation as an unstoppable force. 2. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, didn't waste time arguing with competitors or even within his company about what made Apple products great. He allowed the success of his products, such as the iPhone and the iPad, to speak for themselves. Jobs focused on innovation and quality, and his decisive actions led to Apple becoming a world-dominating brand. 3. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent resistance during India's struggle for independence, an iconic example of winning through actions rather than words. Gandhi could have debated the British Empire endlessly, but instead, he employed a strategy of civil disobedience. His actions, like the Salt March, galvanized millions and eventually led to India's freedom. 4. Elon Musk. Elon Musk doesn't spend his energy arguing about whether electric cars or space exploration are the future, he builds them. Tesla and SpaceX are tangible proof of his vision. While others debate, Musk is too busy making progress, proving his point through actions. 5. Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was known to avoid petty arguments. Instead, he used action to demonstrate his convictions. His leadership during the American Civil War and the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation spoke louder than any argument could have. His actions unified a divided nation. 6. Jeff Bezos. Amazon's dominance in the retail space was not due to debates with competitors, but through strategic actions. Jeff Bezos chose to focus on customer experience and logistics efficiency, allowing Amazon's business model to speak for itself. Actions, such as the development of prime shipping, reshaped the retail landscape. 7. Winston Churchill. Churchill, during World War II, often refused to engage in extensive arguments with those who doubted Britain's ability to withstand Nazi aggression. His actions in rallying the British people and coordinating military efforts proved his point actions that ultimately led to victory. 8. Nelson Mandela. Mandela's life exemplifies winning through action, rather than debating the evils of apartheid for decades. Mandela endured 27 years in prison, and upon his release, his actions calling for peace and unity rather than revenge transformed a nation. 9. Michael Jordan. On the basketball court, Michael Jordan didn't argue with rivals about who was the best. He let his performance, his 6 championships, and his relentless drive show that he was the greatest of all time. Jordan's actions became his legacy. 10. Marie Curie. Marie Curie's scientific breakthroughs in radioactivity were not the result of debating her theories endlessly. Instead, she focused on her research and experiments, earning 2 Nobel Prizes and changing the course of science. 11. Henry Ford. Ford revolutionized the automobile industry not by debating the future of transportation, but by creating the first mass-produced cars. His assembly line transformed industries worldwide. Ford's actions created a ripple effect that made personal automobiles accessible to millions. 12. Beyoncé. Beyoncé doesn't engage in debates about her place in the music industry. She continually releases groundbreaking albums and performances that speak for her. Her actions solidify her as an icon without the need for constant verbal affirmations. 13. Serena Williams. Serena Williams is a prime example of letting actions speak louder than words, rather than debating her status in the world of tennis. She dominates the court, winning 23 Grand Slam titles and setting new standards of excellence. 14. Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't engage in public battles to prove that Microsoft was a technological leader. Instead, he focused on software development and strategic business actions, which allowed Microsoft to become the dominant player in personal computing. 15. Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery was a powerful action that sparked the civil rights movement. She didn't debate segregation. Her simple act of defiance spoke volumes and became a turning point in American history. These examples show that words can be fleeting, but actions create lasting impact. Whether in business, sports, or social movements, the most influential figures understand that results and tangible accomplishments will outshine any argument. People are far more persuaded by what you do than what you say. Arguing often leads to resistance, but actions are hard to refute. A silent victory is often the most powerful because it leaves no room for dispute. In fact, when your actions speak for you, your opponents often have no choice but to concede. So, how can you apply this law to your own life? Let your work speak for itself. Instead of engaging in office politics or debates, focus on delivering exceptional results. Let your success be the loudest argument in the room. Avoid confrontations. Arguments can make you seem petty or emotional. Instead, remain calm and let your actions or achievements do the talking. Demonstrate value. If you're in a leadership position, show your team how to get results, rather than constantly telling them what to do. People follow actions, not words. Don't waste energy on pointless debates. Some discussions will never end productively. Know when to step away and let your achievements settle the debate. Key takeaways. Actions are irrefutable. When you focus on results, there's no need to waste time in debates or arguments. Actions have undeniable power. Arguments can lead to resentment. Engaging in debates often strengthens opposition. Instead, channel your energy into achieving what matters. Let results speak for themselves. The greatest leaders, athletes, and innovators focus on results rather than rhetoric. History remembers accomplishments, not arguments. Thank you for joining this deep dive into Law 9 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on mastering power dynamics. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's continue the conversation. How have you seen actions speak louder than words in your life? Comment below with your thoughts and experiences. In the next episode, we'll be exploring Law 10, Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky, a crucial strategy for maintaining your influence and avoiding negative energy. Stay tuned. And until then, remember, actions always speak louder than words.